Okay, so apparently North Korea has sentenced a man to be executed, death by firing squad, apparently, according to the New York Post here, as a result of him smuggling Squid Game into the country and some students getting a hold of it. And this entire story is a shit show. But a quick disclaimer before I get into this. This story may very well be false. All of this shit may not be true. I'm saying may not because I have no idea. This has first been reported by the Radio Free Asia. That is the initial source, and their sources are unnamed. And it's important to know that Radio Free Asia is an American-funded outlet that reports on Asian news. So keep that in mind, and I'm going to come back to that after I give you this story. But whether it's true or not, I want to talk about it because it's honestly fucking hilarious. So this is from the New York Post. A smuggler who sold copies of Netflix smash hit series Squid Game in North Korea has been sentenced to death by firing squad, according to a report. The man allegedly smuggled copies of the Korean language show on USB drives from China into North Korea, where 7 high school students were caught watching the footage, sources told Radio Free Asia. A student who bought one of the flash drives received a life sentence, while 6 others who watched the footage have been sentenced to 5 years of hard labor. Teachers and administrators at the school were also fired or faced forced labor in remote mines, sources told the outlet. Radio Free Asia reported last week that the hit series had made its way in the reclusive hermit kingdom despite efforts by North Korean authorities to keep it out of the country where foreign media is banned. The dystopian, graphic, and violent show about 456 debt-ridden South Koreans playing a series of life or death children's game for a chance to win $38 million resonates with North Koreans, especially the rich residents of Pyongyang, sources told RFA. Squid Game has been able to enter the country on memory storage devices such as USB flash drives and SD cards, which are smuggled in by ship and then make their way inland. A resident of Pyeongchang told RFA they say that the content is similar to the lives of Pyongyang. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right. Officials who fight in the foreign currency market as if it is a fight for life and death. This part right here is extremely hilarious. So one of the students that got caught watching this, apparently he has rich parents, or he or she has rich parents. And so his parents were able to bribe law enforcement to the tunes of like $3,000, they say here, to avoid punishment. And I got to be honest, if I'm one of the other students that got caught up with this guy, I'm pissed off. But anyway, so to best explain this, so North Korea has essentially outlawed any kind of foreign media at all. So they say from capitalist countries. They don't want any influence from capitalist countries. That's the words of the North Korean leaders, I presume, as much as I have came across through a little bit of research. But I want to get back to this story probably being false, or maybe possibly being false. You know, we recently got this story as well as another story of apparently Kim Jong-un or North Korean officials. They've outlawed regular people wearing leather coats because Kim Jong-un was wearing like a leather coat, like an expensive leather coat. He'd always wear it. And apparently he popularized it in North Korea, and a bunch of commoners, you know, started wearing the coat. And then they, you know, the officials, the police, the law enforcement, turned into literal fashion police and said, you know, you're cramping his style by wearing the coat. You got to take it off, brother. And so they banned people from wearing leather coats. That's another article that came out. I don't know if that shit's true or not. But once again, it's fucking hilarious. These draconian, archaic punishments, sending kids to go work in the mines, executing a guy by firing squad for bringing Squid Game in. But what I want to talk about is the fact that this may be false, the fact that pretty reasonable evidence has been brought forth by a particular institution that I can't recall the name of at the moment, that say that they gave honestly good reasons as to why this is a load of baloney, which it could possibly be. But my suspicion is, I don't know, is this a U.S. funded news outlet running this sort of bullshit to kind of sway the opinion of the American people to somehow hate North Korea more than they already do? So when we ultimately invade, which we shouldn't, The people will be okay with it. Like, oh, because somebody got caught with Squid Game and they're being executed, now the American military must go liberate the North Korean people. We must go save them from this atrocity, from this dictatorship. No, no, not now, not ever. That's a load of bullshit to enact some sort of regime change. And that's honestly what this might be. You know, in all honesty, I mean, I've seen more ridiculous things happen on the same level from the U.S., from U.S. media in regards to other countries. So this might just be another drop in the bucket. I don't want to talk about it though, because honestly, it's fucking hilarious. I've actually never seen Squid Game. I don't know what it's about. I remember when I first started seeing memes of it on Twitter, I had no idea what the fuck it was. I thought it was like a new app, like a new iOS app. Because Squid Game, it sounds like a game, but apparently it's a Netflix series. I haven't watched it. I don't plan on watching it. I don't really take well to trends, not because I want to be different or anything. I just don't. I don't like watching things that aren't educational. I don't watch things typically for entertainment. But this is a couple of stories out of North Korea. I don't know if they're fake. I don't know if they're real. Either way it goes, they're both equally hilarious. This shouldn't give you any reason to believe that we should somehow go into North Korea and liberate their people and free them simply because they're under tyrannical rule, which they are. Is it harsh? Sure. Is it ridiculous? Sure. Is it draconian? Of course it is. But that gives us no reason as the U.S. or anybody to go over there and do anything about it.